Police order has been lifted in LaSalle, Illinois, but there are still concerns this morning over that massive fire at a chemical plant there.
Mayor Lori Lightfoot's campaign is facing some backlash, accused of trying to recruit CPS students to help her re-election campaign.
Plus, a live look at the Red Cross blood donation site at the Hyatt Regency Schaumburg. Doors to the 4 donation sites are now open for the second day of the ABC7 Great Chicago Blood Drive. Here we go. It is Thursday morning.
Live from Chicago's #1 news, ABC7 Eyewitness News at 7 starts streaming now.
Hey everybody, top of the hour on a Thursday. I'm Terrell Brown.
And I'm Val Warner. Good to be with you this morning. Coming up in this hour, we are live with the Chicago Youth Organization that has a very unique connection to movie star Jeremy Renner. We're going to speak with organizers and some of the young participants, and that's coming up around 7:30 in this hour.
All right, first still, let's go outside, see what's going on this morning. 37 degrees. If you look toward the top of the screen, you can see that fog that's out there. It's been an issue this morning. Tracy, how we doing?
Yeah, we're noticing the visibility is definitely improving, and that's because the winds are picking up, so they're stirring things up in the atmosphere just a little bit. Still a little haze that kind of cuts off the top of some of our buildings out there, but overall things are, for the most part, kind of quiet. Currently 40 in Joliet, 39 degrees Valparaiso, 37 Waukegan, and 34 degrees now in DeKalb. Plan on some wind chills, though, back in the 20s. More on the forecast picture coming up. Roz?
Got some breaking traffic news. Not on the expressways. They're averaging about 35-40 minutes. But on the tri-state, northbound at Irving, we have a car fire. Take a look at our tollway camera. This thing is blazing away. Looks like it's blocking the right lane. Nobody is on the scene yet. And it is starting to cause quite the slowdown for traffic, but a very active scene. And I know the fire department is heading in that direction. The tollway, the toll authority, they're the ones operating those cameras right now, and they're just kind of moving it around so they can look and see exactly what's going on. Looks like we do have one emergency vehicle there, but fire department not yet has arrived, and that is fully engulfed. Val and Terrell, that's
Look
bad.
at that.
That is bad.
It is. And is
Look at
everybody
that.
okay, Roz? We don't know yet, do we?
Preliminary information.
Okay, got it. All right.
Okay.
All right, we'll check back soon. That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
So we're expecting to get an update this afternoon from officials in LaSalle. Some residents are concerned about a massive fire at a chemical plant, even though an order to shelter in place was lifted last night.
The neighborhood around the plant was covered with a strange green substance after the blaze. LaSalle is about 90 miles southwest of Chicago. Diane Pathu is there and brings us an update.
As the wind picks up and dust particles remain in the air and even on residents' belongings, officials are going to continue to test the air and water quality and try and determine a cause of this massive blaze. This morning, officials are working to find out what caused the massive blaze at the Karas chemical plant yesterday. Video of the fireball was shared widely on social media.
I pull up to the stop sign, hear a loud explosion.
Khalif Ahmad was just a block away from the plant when he captured the moment it caught fire.
Oh, it was loud. It was multiple explosions, not just one. It was quite a few.
The chemical plant manufactures potassium permanganate, which is a non-combustible but can accelerate the burning of explosive material. Residents shared photos of a substance coating their homes, yards, decks, and cars.
When I hit the windshield wipers, it looked black to me, then it turned green, and now it's like a brown color.
Another neighbor shared these photos of what she says is a hole eaten through her patio furniture in a matter of hours. As firefighters contained, then extinguished the chemical fire, a representative with Karas Chemical tried to reassure residents.
Some of the material that was released during the incident, potassium permanganate, is used as a drinking water material. If you come in contact with that material, it can cause staining on the skin. The stain does not pose a health threat.
This morning, as environmental workers monitor the air and water for any possible contamination, the mayor of LaSalle is thankful, acknowledging it could have been worse.
Thank God we had a situation where nobody was killed, nobody was seriously injured.
One firefighter was slightly injured at the scene of that fire. All of the employees, we're told, got out safely. Officials are expected to provide another update to the public around 2 o'clock this afternoon. Back to you.
And thank you. And hang with us here on ABC7, on air, online, of course, and on our news apps for the latest on the investigation and cleanup efforts in LaSalle. As you heard Liz and Diane say this morning, we're expecting to get another update from officials a little later on this morning.
And breaking also overnight, a fire in an Arlington Heights apartment building has forced dozens of people from their homes. It broke out late last night, with large flames and heavy smoke. Firefighters rescued a man found on a couch with life-threatening injuries.
And this broke overnight. A sports store in Chicago's Brighton Park neighborhood was burglarized. The front window was shattered. You can see merchandise strewn all over the sidewalk, and things were stolen. Happened just before 1 o'clock this morning near Archer and Keeler. No one at this point is in custody. When it gets to vote 2023 this morning, the re-election campaign for Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot is responding to criticism.
Opponents blasted the campaign for trying to get CPS students to work on her re-election effort. Jessica D'Onofrio is joining us live now from City Hall with more on this story. Jess.
Val and Terrell, the Lightfoot campaign is being called unethical by several critics. The backlash over an email sent to CPS teachers asking them to encourage students to help the mayor's re-election campaign. The Lightfoot campaign responding.
This morning, Mayor Lightfoot's campaign on the defense. ABC7 has obtained an email sent yesterday by Lightfoot's deputy campaign manager to an unknown number of CPS teachers. It asks them to please share this opportunity with their students about an externship program. The message goes on to say that they're looking for enthusiastic, curious, and hardworking young people eager to help Mayor Lightfoot win this spring. Backlash has been swift, with several of the mayor's challengers speaking out against the move. That includes Congressman Chuy Garcia, who tweeted in part that this is deeply problematic. Mayoral candidate Paul Vallis, who was the former head of CPS, going a step further, saying, quote, accountability demands an independent inquiry in the form of a joint city and CPS Inspector General investigation. But Lightfoot's team is calling this a learning opportunity that's been offered by campaigns for decades. But their statement also says that campaign staff have been reminded about the solid wall that must exist between campaign and official activities, and that contacts with any City of Chicago or other sister agency employees, including CPS employees, is off limits. ABC7's political analyst Laura Washington weighs in.
I'm sure it's going to make voters, especially the progressive voters who voted for her because of that, it's going to make them think twice, because this is definitely an unethical thing to do.
Now, the Chicago Teachers Union is calling the email Lightfoot's latest ethical failure. The CTU says Chicago doesn't deserve this kind of appalling misleadership, and we do expect much more reaction throughout the day today. Val and Terrell, back to you.
Jessica D'Onofrio at City Hall this morning. Jess, thank you. 4 of Lori Lightfoot's challengers got in on a virtual mayoral forum, and the focus was on other matters. Jamal Green, Brandon Johnson, Sophia King, Cam Buckner answer questions individually on the CTA, public safety, and why they're running for mayor. Last night's forum was hosted by the group Northside Democracy for America.
And we want to let you know that ABC7 is hosting a debate between all 9 candidates in the race for Chicago mayor. Judy Sue will be moderating the 90-minute debate produced in partnership with the League of Women Voters. It is set to take place next Thursday, January 19th at 7 p.m. You can watch it live on our channel 7.2, as well as ABC7Chicago.com and on our streaming platforms. The debate will then be broadcast here on ABC7 on Sunday, January 22nd, beginning at 10:30 that night.
Congress is pledging to investigate the FAA computer malfunction that led to the first nationwide flight ground stoppage since 9/11. That glitch marks the latest frustration for air travelers following the Southwest Airlines meltdown. ABC's Justin Finch is live in Washington watching it all this morning. Justin, good morning.
Hey there, Terrell. This morning, the nation's air carriers are aiming to recover from those thousands of flight delays and cancellations as transportation officials now work to make sure it just doesn't happen again. At airports across the country, questions and confusion.
When I walk in, it's just pure chaos.
We got called for boarding, started the boarding, and then all of a sudden they called us off.
More than 10,000 U.S. flights delayed and over 1,300 canceled Wednesday. The first nationwide ground stoppage since 9/11, now traced to an FAA system failure undergoing routine maintenance. A senior official says it appears an FAA computer engineer mistakenly replaced one file with another. The essential system then began showing problems before failing, despite FAA staffers' efforts to identify the issue.
We're going to own it, we're going to find it, and we're going to fix it.
ABC News learning the FAA first noticed a concern with its NOTAM, or Notice to Air Mission Systems, which provides real-time safety information to pilots before takeoff, on Tuesday. The backup system kicked in and the main system followed. But ongoing issues overnight prompted the FAA's 7 a.m. nationwide ground stop, which was lifted by 9 a.m., but widespread delays had already begun.
What people need to know is that we will not allow anything to take place that is not safe.
Hours after that FAA ground stop, Canada's NOTAM system also saw outages. Officials in Canada don't believe the two outages are connected. The FAA fallout again puts aging air industry technology in the spotlight. Southwest Airlines partly blamed its cancellation of more than 15,000 flights 2 weeks ago on its own outdated system. And this morning, concerns about flights today. A top member of the Allied Pilots Association says the ripple effects of delays and cancellations from that ground stoppage on Wednesday could very well linger into Friday, Val.
All right, Justin, what a mess. Happening today, there is a meeting for residents in Chicago's Woodlawn neighborhood to get updates and give their opinions on migrant housing plans. The city proposed housing migrants from the Texas border at an unused CPS building. Residents living in the area and near that building that used to be Wadsworth Elementary School opposed the plan, saying the neighborhood is already dealing with a lack of resources, putting the plan on hold. The meeting is tonight at 6 at the Apostolic Church of God at 63rd in South Dorchester.
Cubs fans can score tickets to their must-see games starting today. The new Build Your Own baseball pack, BYOB, goes on sale at 10 o'clock this morning. Starts at 12 games and it allows fans to add additional games to customize that pack. Single game tickets go on sale next month.
All right, we're talking baseball already.
I like it.
That means spring's coming.
Exactly.
Okay, your live and local news is just getting started as we stream out loud this morning. Our 9th annual Great Chicago Blood Drive is underway. How you can help with the life-saving effort. That's coming up ahead.
First, Tracy's got your AccuWeather forecast. She's watching some rain and some snow potentially in the forecast. Not a ton, but it's there. She'll talk about it next. Yeah.
Well, good morning to you. Our weather notes for the day. Winds are picking up, and yes, some occasional snow showers, maybe even a few rain showers coming our way here later on today, but nothing that is going to create a scene like this. The exception could be in northwest Indiana, but even that is not looking that impressive at this point. Temperatures are going to be steady in the 30s throughout the day today. And wind chills. Count on those in the 20s, feeling a whole lot colder. Take a look at these wind speeds. They are picking up across the area. Gusty winds are going to be with us throughout this Thursday. And I think we're entering kind of a blustery period around here today and at least through the day tomorrow. Right now, skies are cloudy. You look at the futurecast. No precipitation in the area this morning, but here we go for 4:30, and you can see maybe a couple little rain showers developing, but getting going more so will be some lake effect snow into tomorrow morning, especially over in northern Indiana, even along the Illinois shoreline. We could pick up maybe 1/10 of an inch or so of snow accumulation, but again, nothing major. Roz?
Well, the travel times are not bad, 35, 40 minutes, but I'm watching this northbound tri-state delay approaching Irving because of this car fire. Take a look at our tollway camera. When we showed it to you last time, it was fully engulfed. The Franklin Park Fire Department is on the scene. Illinois State Police, they've got some troopers out there. And I did talk to ISP. They said no injuries with this, and they do have it under control. It looks like they do have that car fire extinguished for the most part. We're just seeing some smoke coming out right now. Fire department working to get all those hot spots and make sure it doesn't rekindle. But the two right lanes of the northbound tri-state are closed at Irving. They've also closed down the Irving Park entrance ramp to the northbound tri-state, and it is causing quite a delay starting at about the Bensonville Bridge, Wolf Road, Grand Avenue in that area. Val, back to you.
Roz, thank you. Good to see somebody's on the scene now. Right now, day 2 of this year's Great Chicago Blood Drive is underway. It is the 9th edition of this huge effort to collect blood for the American Red Cross of Illinois. Blood donations are always needed, especially this time of year. And joining us now is Mara Thompson with the Illinois Red Cross at the Tinley Park donation location this morning. Good morning to you, Mara.
Good morning, Val. Thanks so much for having me.
Oh, thanks for getting up early with us. How was yesterday's turnout for you, Mara?
It was actually really great. I know this year we were worried going into it a little bit. Our appointment numbers were down where they normally were, like what we like to see the day before. But we opened it up to walk-ins, and Chicagoans and ABC7 viewers came out and showed up, and it was awesome. We got right about where we needed to be, but today is a new day. We need to get just as many, if not more, appointments today. So we are open for walk-ins again today. I recommend making an appointment just because it makes it easiest for everyone, ensuring you get in and out quickly as possible. But walk-ins at all 4 appointments today. We need you to show up today just like you did yesterday.
Okay, because I was just getting ready to ask you, Mara, what's the need for today? But you just said it. You need to match yesterday's effort or maybe even double it for today, right?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, of course, there's always a need for blood. So even though yesterday was successful, it was great. We need today to be just as successful.
Absolutely. Why don't you talk to us and the folks at home who are watching this about the importance for people to actually donate?
Of course, it's always something you never know when you or a loved one might need blood. It might not feel like it impacts your life right now, but that could change at any moment. Cancer patients, anyone experiencing trauma from an accident, sickle cell patients, everyone could need blood at any point in their life. So it's really important to come out and donate. It takes about 10 minutes for the actual donation. You'll be here maybe for an hour, and it's so simple. We had so many first-time donors yesterday. It was so awesome to see. If you're on the fence, I promise you it's not as scary as you think it might be. It's so worth it, and you get to take part in the biggest blood drive in the nation. So that's awesome to be a part of a community effort like that as well.
I think you just hit on something really important when you said it's not as scary, because some folks are really scared and terrified of needles.
I can understand that because I was that way for a while myself as well, but I promise you it's a little tiny prick. Everyone here, the staff, the volunteers are all wonderful. They take such great care of everyone donating, and we really need your help. So please come out if you haven't yet, and we just encourage everyone to make an appointment and show up to one of our locations today.
All right, before I let you go, I want to ask you, what's the most unique part of this year's event that you've noticed, Mara?
I think this year was really challenging because of the bad weather that we had in December. January is always blood donor month. The winter months are always difficult because people are getting sick. There's the holidays, they're not prioritizing donating. But this year with the weather we had in December, we lost out about 6,000 donations nationwide. So it's more important than ever that people come out this year for the blood drive.
All right, Mara Thompson with the Illinois Red Cross. Good luck to you today, and thank you so much for your insight this morning. Yes, absolutely.
Awesome. Thanks, Val.
All right, take care. Now take a look at your screen because here are the locations for today, just in case you got inspired right now. The Hyatt Regency Schaumburg, Chicago, near Woodfield Mall at 1800 East Gulf Road in Schaumburg. The Tinley Park Convention Center at 18451 Convention Center Drive in Tinley Park. The CSO Sports Multiplex at 13 101 East 47th Street in Chicago, the North Township Social Center at Wicker Park at 2215 Ridge Road in Highland, Indiana. These sites will be open until 7 p.m. today. Still to stream this morning, when and who can go to the Shedd Aquarium for free? It's coming up.
Eyewitness News streaming at 7 continues after a break.
We're watching this today, a groundbreaking ceremony for a mixed-use development in suburban Oak Forest. It includes 75 multifamily units, commercial space, and 15 row homes. It is close to the Metro train station. City officials say it'll provide an anchor for further development along Cicero Avenue. The groundbreaking is at 10:30. Free days begin at Shedd Aquarium today. Illinois residents can visit at no charge through Monday. You do need to make a reservation online and show proof that you live here.
That would be like that little otter floating
Just
in that
floating
water. No cares in the world at all.
Isn't that great?
All right, well, right now we're going to join our Good Morning America viewers. Tanya Babbage will have a news update on TV for you in just a bit.
And when we come back, one Chicago man has something to dance about, how the hardest working man in show business is helping him to shake a leg this morning.
Now, an update from ABC7 Eyewitness News.
Good morning at 7:23. I'm Tanya Babbage. We are expecting an update today on the massive chemical plant fire in LaSalle, Illinois. A shelter-in-place order was lifted last night. Video of that massive fire at the Karis chemical plant was shared widely on social media. The plant manufactures a chemical used to purify air and water. It is non-combustible but can accelerate the burning of explosive material once it catches fire. Residents shared photos of a substance coating their homes, yards, decks, and cars. And at this point, there is no word on what caused the fire, but officials are expected to provide an update at 2 o'clock this afternoon. Karis Chemical has released a hotline number for LaSalle residents to call if they have questions as the investigation continues. That number is on your screen, 815-224-6662. Let's get a check of our ABC7 AccuWeather forecast. Here's meteorologist Tracy Butler.
Hi there, Tanya. Good morning, everybody. And we started off this day with quite a bit of fog in the area, but the winds are picking up, and that's helping to stir that up. Right now, 38 at O'Hare, 37 degrees out at Midway, 36 in Aurora. In LaSalle, you're at 36 degrees, but you factor in that bit of wind. Feels like it's 25 right now in Ottawa, 30 in Zion. So it will feel quite a bit colder around the area here today, with those temperatures steady in the 30s. Roz has traffic after this.
Now's the time for a healthy start. So let's move. Let's rest and recharge. And put our health first. Let's be well. To do that, let's eat well. Breathe deep. find joy in the little moments. And do what we love with who we love. Together, let's live well. Advocate Aurora Health.
Welcome back, everybody. We're looking at about 40-minute average travel times. A new crash reported northbound on the Ryan around 47th, but we're watching this car fire northbound on the Tri-State at Irving. Take a look at the tollway camera. They still have the right lane closed, but the fire is out. That car fire extinguished. No delays reported. Long backups. Back to the maps. Couple of suburban crashes. We've got one in Bridgeview at 95th and the Tri-State westbound, and one in Lake Forest 41 and
You can see the fog out there this morning. It's what Tracy and Roz are watching.
Looks like the shot from a movie or
it
something.
It does, doesn't it? Kind of the glow of the light like that, too. Yeah, it's really cool. Not if you have to drive in it. Roz will give us an update on that in a little bit. Hey, look, it is time for something to dance about.
This morning, we're featuring one of your dance videos. And Terrell, who do we have this morning?
So we've got DeAndre Hawthorne. Wait until you see this guy move from Chicago.
Okay.
All right, bro. So that's DeAndre Hawthorne right there. Goes by the nickname Black Ice, in all black, too.
Right.
He tells us that he loves James Brown and loves to dance. So here's the deal. This isn't even his party. He was the DJ for somebody else's 50th birthday party and decided to come out of the DJ booth and show everybody how to get down. And he is tearing it up. You do it, DeAndre.
Yeah, I'm here for it. I just kind of want to see what else is in his repertoire. I like that move, DeAndre. Don't get me wrong, but I want to see you do something else. I want to see. I'm here for it. Come on out to Soulful Sundays. All right. We want to see more of your videos. Grab your phone and scan the QR code on your screen.
Yep, then upload the video. Make sure the music's playing in the background, and then everything else you need to know is right there. And if your video's picked, you get to dance it up like DeAndre.
I do like how he came out the DJ booth and was like, you know what, let me show y'all how to do it.
Make some room. Let me do this. Yeah, it's good.
All right, coming up this morning, donations are now underway for the second day of the ABC7 Great Chicago Blood Drive. This is a live look right now at the Red Cross donation site. This is in Schaumburg. We're going to have an update on the major effort to help save lives in about 15 minutes.
And as we head to break, here are a list of those locations. Walk-ins are welcome, or you can make a reservation on our website.
You're watching ABC7 Eyewitness News at 7, streaming live now.
Let's take a quick look at some of the stories that we'll be watching for you today. The EPA is monitoring the air quality in LaSalle, Illinois, where there was a massive fire yesterday at a chemical plant. This morning, some residents are concerned about a green residue left in wake of that fire, even though an order to shelter in place has been lifted.
Mayor Lori Lightfoot's campaign is being criticized by other mayoral challengers. The Lightfoot campaign appeared to try to recruit CPS students to help with her re-election effort in exchange for class credit.
Congress is pledging to investigate the FAA computer malfunction yesterday that led to the first nationwide flight ground stoppage since 9/11. Airline schedules might not fully return to normal until tomorrow. Good morning, everyone. I'm Val Warner. Good to be with you.
I'm so sorry.
That's okay. No, it's all good.
So good to be with you. I'm Terrell Brown. Let's go outside. Foggy out there. I feel foggy, to be honest with you. You can see it out there right now, 37 degrees. The temperature still is not half bad, Trace.
No, it really isn't. I mean, our temperatures in the area right now technically are above average. And in fact, let's take a peek at those, because our average high today, 32 degrees, upper 30s, right around 40. But I will tell you, our official high temperature today will go down as 43 degrees. And we hit that much earlier this morning. Now the winds are picking up. That will stir up and alleviate some of the fog concerns that we had earlier this morning, but it is also creating wind chills in the area this morning that are back in the mid-20s. Now today, a lot of cloud cover, and later on today, most likely a few snow showers, maybe even a few rain showers will be spotted. But you see, these temperatures don't budge much at all. Full forecast, we'll have it for you. But Roz, I know, goodness, there are oodles of things you've been watching.
Right, and we've got two new suburban crashes to add to the list. This one is in Oak Park, right on the border of Berwyn. Kenilworth and Roosevelt airbag deployment reported in this crash. And then up in Clarendon Hills at 55th Street at Route 83, we have local police dealing with a crash. Big picture, we are looking at some pretty high travel times, 45 to 50 minutes now on most of the inbound trips. But look at this delay on the northbound tri-state with that car fire. The car fire is out. Take a look at the tollway camera. It's northbound, the right lane at Irving Park Road. We still have the fire department on the scene. No injuries reported, but they've closed off the Irving entrance ramp as well till they get that cleared. That's the backup. That's the northbound traffic starting all the way back almost as far as North Avenue, Lake Street, all the way up to Irving Park Road. Val and Terrell.
Yeah, that's quite the delay, Roz. Thank you. Now streaming at 7, we have an update on Jeremy Renner. This morning, he's still recovering.
You may remember that the actor was badly hurt in a snowplow accident outside of his home in Lake Tahoe, California on New Year's Day. Police say that he was trying to help a family member whose car was stuck. He was run over by a plow and suffered leg and abdomen injuries.
And this morning, we're getting a look at a viral video involving the Marvel movie star, and it has a Chicago connection. Take a listen. The kids in this video are from the Bay Chicago. The organization provides a range of programming, including academic, STEM, tutoring, violence prevention, and life skills by combining sports and other academic opportunities. Joining us live are Eric Davis and Frank Brim, leaders of the Bay Chicago, along with Aaron, Brandon, Christopher, Williams, who are Bay Chicago students, athletes. Good morning to you all.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Nice to see all y'all.
Right, that was a lot of names.
Group, yeah. I want to start with the triplets, the box below us. Guys, I know you're Williams or athletes, student athletes. How old are you?
You're 15 years old.
15, all three, okay. Why did you think it was important to get together and do this for Jeremy Renner?
We just did so we can show our support for him, all the things he helped the base with, and to overall help make sure that we show our support.
And what has he done for the base?
Eric, you can
anybody
answer that.
Can, yeah.
Jeremy's done a number of things. Our relationship has been fantastic from the very beginning. I was very fortunate, along with our organization, that one of my fraternity brothers had a relationship with Mr. Renner, and Mr. Renner was working on a project that he needed a youth organization. And Mr. Renner contacted us about 18 months ago And ever since then, we have really been fast friends.
Isn't that something? So I got to imagine when you heard about his snowplow accident, you guys were just devastated, right?
We were devastated. And, you know, there's been some things that have occurred in Chicago, and in particularly in our community of West Garfield Park, like the mass shooting and the building that blew up. And Jeremy has called and texted to check on our kids. He's always asking about their grades. He looks at our social media and wants more information. So it's really been a real close relationship. And that's really special for kids from a community like West Garfield Park.
So has he come back? Does he visit often? How often do you guys get to see him?
Well, he hasn't been back often because he's pretty busy with all the productions that he has.
Yeah.
But he actually is engaged, I would say, at least monthly with the organization, trying to make communication and really following through with the promise that he made to stay connected and stay as friends.
And you know what? I think that's so special, the fact that he does have the life that he has, but yet he's still making an effort to stay in touch, whether it's a phone call, Zoom, or whatever. Frank, what would you say is the most unique thing and the piece of the partnership that you have with Jeremy?
I think Jeremy comes across as a good guy. And we introduce our kids to a lot of people in the community, whether it's civic, corporate, business people in our community, just to try to share with them what it takes to become successful. And we speak that and preach that every day. And Jeremy, as he reached out to us, came in and he wanted to see the community that our kids lived in, some of the issues that they face regularly. And he said he wanted to do something. And so he's just been that guy. You know, a lot of people say, but Jeremy is actually a doer. So he's just one of those good guys, man, that resonates with our kids. And, you know, they knew him as a superhero. And he became our superhero because he's done some things for us to move us to another level and cause our kids to just see that we can touch champions. And it's just good for them. I know for the kids, they light up when they hear about him and they see him. That's why it was so devastating for them when they heard about the accident.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think is next for Base Chicago?
We have a number of things that are coming up. We actually have a Disney production with Mr. Renner coming up later in the year, and we're very excited about that. And we continue to march down the path of improving academics and civic activities for young people on the west side of Chicago. And when we have young people like Aaron, Brandon, and Christopher, everything is next. The world is next. And we're very excited about the good things that are happening on the west side of Chicago.
West Side. Okay, I want to get back to the triplets, Aaron, Brandon, and Christopher. First off, I mean, I know this is about your connection to Jeremy Renner, but I need to know the birth order for the triplets because I'm just fascinated and curious about how this works. Who's the oldest? Raise your hand.
Aaron.
Second oldest?
Brandon.
And then the baby.
ABC.
How many minutes apart do you guys know?
Like 2 minutes from each other. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
All 2 minutes?
Like 5 from the oldest to youngest.
Wow. Okay. So are you guys super competitive or?
Right, that's my question. One of you closer than the other?
Well, we just do things that we can push each other and make sure we're all academically straight. It's no really competition, but it's just ways for us to be motivated. We can help motivate each other so we can reach the next level.
What do you think that next level is for you guys?
I would say next we're looking towards colleges, and we can see where we're going with that. But that's really next for us.
Nice. What now? You guys are student athletes. Student first. I love that part. What sport do you play?
Well, I play baseball and basketball, but I also run track.
Okay.
Baseball and track. Yeah. Same thing, baseball and track.
Baseball and track. Okay, so then I may see you fellas at a track meet one day because I have a 15-year-old track athlete as well. So I look forward to meeting the triplets and going, I know them. All right, well, that was really nice.
That was great. Aaron, Brandon, Christopher, Williams, or Eric Davis, Frank Brim, guys, all of you, thank you so much for being with us this morning and talking to us. We appreciate it.
One last thing. Eric, you mentioned fraternity, but you didn't say which one.
I'm a member of the Omega Sci-Fi Fraternity Incorporated.
I knew it.
How'd you know?
I just, you know, the
It's a
almighty
thing, huh?
bros. I mean, you know, that just came through the screen.
All right, guys.
All right, we're
Have a
going
great day.
to, yes, have a good one. We're going to post this interview to our website along with how you can get in touch with the Bay Chicago on ABC7Chicago.com. We're back in 90 seconds. I don't know, I just knew.
Good morning to you. Well, you may have noticed it feels quite a bit colder out there this morning. That's because these winds have really picked up, and we are going to end up with kind of a blustery day at times today, and certainly a cloudy day. But the steady rain staying well south of Chicago. Not to say we'll have a completely dry day. I actually think later this afternoon and this evening we'll have some showers of rain and even some snow showers that kind of dot the area. We'll have to monitor some lake effect snow showers as well into the day tomorrow. And while we're not expecting a lot of accumulation, even still, could get maybe an inch, maybe even a little more if that lake effect continues to focus more attention in northwest Indiana. Well, as we do take a look right now, it's 38 degrees out at O'Hare, where it is rather hazy, and the wind chill is now 30 degrees. 37 in Gary, 39 Valparaiso, 37 degrees Waukegan, and 36 right now in LaSalle. And then you throw that wind in there, and it does feel like it's back in the 20s in many of our locations. Tomorrow, still going to be kind of blustery around the area. High temperatures tomorrow, mid-30s, and some lake effect snow showers in Indiana. The weekend, Saturday is probably the colder day. By the way, Monday looks wet but warm. Roz?
It's got some pretty high travel times right now. 50 to 55 minutes is going to be the average heading in, and in some cases, like the Kennedy, heading out. Look at the northbound tri-state, that whole O'Hare corridor really jammed up. I'll get to that in a second. We have a crash mixed in on the inbound Ike at Manheim. Left lane, state police are with it, so it's just adding to the problems there. But this crash on the tri-state really is causing a bad backup situation. It's actually a car fire. It's been extinguished. Take a look at the tollway camera. They've got everything off on the right shoulder, northbound 294 at Irving Park Road, but that backup goes all the way down to the 290 interchange. Now, the other tollway camera we've got at the Tri-State and 95th, but it's 95th Street, just off 294. If you look in the center of your screen, you see the flashing lights. That's that Bridgeview crash that we were talking about in our last report, and it is causing delays on 95th Street in both directions. There were a couple injuries reported, so they're going to be out there for a minute. We'll have another look for you in less than 10 minutes. Val and Terrell.
All right, Ross, thank you so much. Day 2 with the Great Chicago Blood Drive is going on now. This year, we've expanded the donation sites. There are 4 locations that people can visit to donate. And right now, we're going to head on out to Schaumburg. Joy Squire is out there live with the American Red Cross. Joy, it's good to see you. Nice to talk to you again. Good morning.
Great to be here, Terrell.
All right, so you're 45 minutes in. How are things going out there now?
As you can see behind me, people are on the beds, they're donating blood, people are here, they're getting excited, they're here because of the ABC7 Great Chicago Blood Drive and you getting the word out. Yesterday we saw so many first-time donors, people who had never donated before, and that's simply amazing because only 3% of the population donates blood.
Wow.
And you are working to change that, so we appreciate that.
Why is it important, Joy, for people to come out and donate this morning, but also yesterday morning?
Well, you never know when someone in your family will need life-saving blood. You know, cancer patients use 1/4 of all blood donations, accident victims, people who have sickle cell, all different situations need life-saving blood. And so we need people to come out and donate and be there for hospitals when they need it.
You know what? So for some people that come out, they're a little nervous about that needle. And I get it because I'm the one, you say little poke and I wince and I take a big deep breath. What's that process like, Joy, for somebody who may be coming out for the first time?
It's really easy. If you can register and get an appointment, you fill out a rapid pass, which is a health history online. Then you come in, you talk to the phlebotomist, you're taken to the bed, and you're on the table. It's a quick, simple prick, 10 minutes or so, fills up, and it's easy. And you've really helped somebody in need. It's an easy way to give in the new year. In January is National Blood Donor Month, and it's National Blood Donor Month because hospitals need the blood in January, after the holidays, after seasonal illnesses and people coming back to normal. So we hope people will come out and join us.
And really good to see you this morning, Joy. I love that t-shirt that you're wearing too. Joy Squire with the American
free t-shirt.
There it is. And snacks.
You get a free t-shirt.
Right, Joy.
Snacks.
Right.
That's right, snacks.
All good stuff from the American Red Cross. Nice talking to you this morning, Joy. Have a good one.
Nice talking to you, Terrell. Thank you.
And there's still time to get out and donate if you want to. Here are the locations today: the Hyatt Regency Schaumburg, Chicago, near Woodfield Mall, 1800 East Gulf Road in Schaumburg. Tinley Park Convention Center, 18451 Convention Center Drive in Tinley Park. CSO Sports Multiplex, 1301 East 47th Street in Chicago. The North Township Social Center at Wicker Park, 2215 Ridge Road in Highland, Indiana. These sites will be open until 7 o'clock tonight. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with more in 90 seconds.
Now to a man suspected of driving while intoxicated. Didn't flip out, though, when police pulled him over.
Yeah, instead, to try to prove he was sober, he did a backflip. Jeannie Mose has the body cam video.
During a traffic stop, you're not supposed to give police any back talk. But what about a backflip? 27-year-old Tanner Watson told a Broadway Heights, Ohio police officer that he'd had 3 or 4 beers.
Yeah, man, your driving's pretty bad. Your eyes are super glossy.
The officer could smell booze, so he started the usual sobriety tests. Follow my finger with your eyes, walk in a straight line. But instead, Watson took off his cap and suggested a different challenge.
Sure thing, man.
Do that, you know.
That's good, man. I can't do that.
His backflip didn't backfire.
You're gonna start left foot.
But it also didn't get him out of the usual sobriety tests, which Watson got belligerent about doing.
What's up?
What's up is you're under arrest.
Tanner, turn around, place your hands behind your back, okay?
Thus, Tanner Watson joins the ranks of others who overperformed during DWI stops, from the Florida man who did a cartwheel but blew the landing, to the Canadian crooner who sang the lyrics to Bohemian Rhapsody flawlessly for 6 minutes. Mama! No wonder folks fell for this parody from Reno 911.
I want you to step, bump, bump, step, bump, bump.
You know what would be good is if you hitch kicked and then you kind of...
That was comedy.
You a dancer?
No, I'm just drunk.
Though real life is starting to compete, still a backflip is better than flipping the bird and worse than towing the line. Chinimos, New York.
Oh my goodness.
You know, these cops sometimes have to get a really good laugh out of what they see and what they come across.
Right. Think about what they have to do for a living.
I
They
know.
need it.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
They definitely have some stories to tell back at the station when they get there, for sure.
Oh, yeah. Eyewitness News streaming out loud. We'll take a quick break. We're back with more after this.
Eyewitness News streaming at 7 continues after a break.
Gender reveal parties have been a thing for about 15 years now.
Yeah, mommy blogger kicked the trend off in 2008 when she cut into a pink cake and revealed she was having a baby girl.
And since then, people have gotten more creative with them and started a few more than just fires. But is this a new low? Take a look at this one.
4, 3, 2, 1.
I mean, all right, so a dad in the Philippines is going viral for revealing his baby's gender by flushing a toilet. He dyed the water in the toilet tank, decorated the bathroom with pink and blue balloons. He had the whole family cram into the bathroom, flushed the toilet, and the water was blue. So it's a boy. He called it a low budget and fun way to deliver the news to everybody, and for what it's worth, they all seem to get a laugh and smile out of it. But is it the worst gender reveal that we have ever seen?
No.
I don't think so at all.
Yeah, I don't think it's the worst. In fact, it's the most creative.
Probably the most creative.
We've never seen one like it. And I didn't even think that that's where this was going.
Me either. I didn't, because we've seen that blue watercolor in the toilet before.
Yes, we have.
I didn't think this whole thing was going there, but I like it. It's all right with me.
Yeah, it's not a low for me either.
Nope.
So
And didn't burn down an entire forest.
They were all together, nice and intimate in the bathroom.
It was decorated.
It was
and clean.
decorated. Right, the toilet was clean. We didn't have tire streaks in there. The blue covering that up. Although if he had used that blue stuff, then the toilet would be clean.
Clean anyway.
But
that's
yeah,
right.
So no. Kudos to you for your
Yep.
creativity and good thinking.
10 out of 10. We give it to you.
Thanks for watching Eyewitness News at 7 a.m. Tanya's going to have a news update on GMA. Tracy and Roz will talk weather and traffic. And yeah.
That's going to do it for us. Yeah, you're going to hear from them in just a minute. From everyone here at ABC7, have a great day, everybody. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning, 7 a.m.
This has been Eyewitness News, streaming at 7. Now, an update from ABC7 Eyewitness News.
Good morning at 7:56. I'm Tanya Babich. Mayor Lightfoot's campaign is responding to backlash over what appeared to be an attempt to recruit Chicago public school students for a re-election campaign ad. The backlash stems from an email to CPS teachers. It appears to ask them to solicit students to volunteer on the mayor's re-election campaign for extra credit. Some of her challengers are calling this deeply problematic. The Lightfoot campaign says that this practice